bird. The positions we use when making love determine the next day's weather. Tomorrow it will rain, then heat lightning by evening. Every time the telephone rings, a green sea turtle dies, and a phlegmatic guilt chants across your day. The side of your head where you part your hair each morning dictates the direction the trees lean left or right in the yard out back. A poor Mexican teenager in the Texas Panhandle is suffering from a venereal disease, and as he urinates in his bathroom, the pain is too much to bear, so he smashes his closed fist into the plaster, leaving a hole there, and he discovers a shelf within the wall filled with stacks of $50 bills left behind by a drug dealer perhaps who departed in haste, and so he is rich for a lifetime because of pain and urine. A blonde woman with a silver tongue stud and gold rings above her left ear lights a cigarette with a candle in the VIP lounge of a club in Minneapolis, and the candle drips wax to the red carpet, somehow causing a lone fisherman on an upstate lake to slip on some odd substance, falling overboard and drowned, eventually eaten by his own propeller, while a child from a lake tribe kneeling in his canoe watches in distance and mist, unable to do a thing for him. He mutters, "That poor man," continuing to harvest wild rice from the surface of Glacier Lake. A popular character actress removes her emerald brooch after a banquet to raise money for the twin benefit of Los Angeles runaways and the Dalai Lama's return to Tibet. By her simple actions undoing the clasp of the brooch, the Dalai Lama stubs his left foot on a cabinet in his room at the San Francisco Zen Center's guest house, 800 miles up the coastline, causing alarm among the Roshi and initiates, and a marlin blue swelling on the big toe of the gentle Lama, who meditates the pain to Maya. While in a cluttered shop in the thin streets of Milan, Italy, its floor filled with rosewood shavings, the air cramped with oak dust, the man who built the cabinet on which the Dalai Lama's foot was stubbed slumps over his workbench with a cerebral hemorrhage. He is dead. It had been growing a long while in his mind. It was simply a matter of time. And a young Norwegian film student thoughtlessly decides to title his short student film, "It Was Simply a Matter of Time." It has nothing to do with time, however, nor the dead Italian cabinet maker. A mosquito sucks the blood of a post-Soviet Baltic girl, and she falls in love with a balding Armenian who assures her that only girls with strong sexual desires are chosen by these insects. The mosquito dies and provides a small meal to a starving bird. That bird's song awakes me at 5 a.m. in New York City, and I shiver with a sudden sense of dread because the mosquito which it ate was poisoned by the blood of the girl which it bit, because she was imbibed with lies and designer drugs, and so the bird sings off-key, and it jars me from sleep, and the room is folding over darker as I rise, and I know a change is coming, and bad, and soon, writing this poem. Spy. Soluble in the snow, I wait for you outside the red building filled with sparrowhawks and female dust. Black canopies, one goes up, one goes down. I go still, stand wavering, head down, snow sharp like raw rice in my face in the wind. The neck of my guitar warped, snaking like a dry riverbed in the neon ruins. Soon, I watched the women drift in and out, scented like a frozen stream, obvious, oblivious, thin. I don't want sex. I just want to give you your cello lesson. It's called radiation. It could be a smudge from the inky thumb of a slack X-ray technician. It could be the radiant image of a tumor on my lung. It could be, by benign intent and a careless finger, the emblem of a tedious and underpaid vocation. It could be the accurate imprint of my impending death. Monday, I'll learn. I think I should stick around, you know. Oh, this is what Burroughs told me. Short piece. Have you ever seen fjords, Jim? You want to see fjords before you die. I guess he meant fjords in like the Norwegian fjords kind, which I saw, you know. Gotta eat reindeer meat. Right. They let me play in all their little games. I mean, the fact is that he loved lemurs too, and I love lemurs, but fjords, man. And also, you know, I guess he meant active fjords, because New York City, I mean, if you know the Hudson River, the whole thing is a fjord, really. I mean, by definition. So, of course I've seen fjords. I grew up with them. It's out my window every morning, almost. Never read this poem before. Here, hold this poem between your ankles a moment. I have to go to the window. Somebody is down in the streets buying sex, planning perhaps to dedicate lust to the articulate moon above the co-op gardens, lonely, overwrought, sighing on white wrought iron benches. Keep holding that paper. Keep your legs tight together just a little longer, because my attention just rose 3 flights to the room across the garden, the flickering millennium blue of some couple's TV in darkness. Is that Mia Farrow in A Secret Ceremony, directed by Joseph Losey in 1968? I live in the hospital in the locked wing, and believe me when I tell you that this wing don't fly. I am 15 years old and I am the toughest guy in here. I don't like to fight, but I will finish it, believe me. If you start with me, I will rip your spleen out your nasal passage. And if you ever mess with my little brother, and I am there, even if he is beating the living crap out of you by himself, I will instinctively jump on your back and straddle my legs around you as if you were a telephone pole I was about to climb, and all the while I would be pounding your brains out of your head with my fists, my arms just flailing with a mind of their own. I mean, he is my brother after all, and I like to think he would do the same for me. Otherwise, I am an okay person, really. I'm always good for a board game, Monopoly, the game of life, Chutes and Ladders. All of them. Just don't come around here with that video stuff. And to repeat, don't fuck with me or my brother. And, oh, most important of all, and I forgot to mention it, don't ever so much as touch my viola. Don't even look at my viola, all right? Because now you have been warned, the viola is not to be gone near.